Howdy folks, this is Justro at Metcalf Mills bringing you Fun Fact Friday, because this day and time, facts are hard to come by. And this one today was a little hard to come by. We just kind of had to factor it into what was going on right now because we're real busy and this week's been a little crazy. But anyway, I got you a little fact. Let's get to it. I've got a question for Matt Presley. Matt, is this about the right ratio of Shelleys to green beans? Or Shelleys to hulls? Is that about the right ratio? Pretty close for me. Maybe it's easier to tell if they're in the jar already. Here's number one. Number two. Number three. They get a little cloudy when you got a lot of beans in there. What do you think, Matt? I'm going with number three. So our Fun Fact Friday today is going to be how many Shelley beans is the right amount in your green beans? And I'm asking Matt to help me with this. It's going to be a fact at our house. You may have a different idea at your house, but we had to get a little Fun Fact Friday in and kind of factor it into what's going on right now. We're pretty busy, so this is it, Fun Fact Friday. What do you say, Matt? What's the fact at your house about Shelley beans? If you don't know who I'm talking about Matt Presley out there at Celebrating Appalachia. Miss Tipper and Matt and the girls out there, you need to check them out if you don't know them. They do a whole lot to preserve our Appalachian heritage, and they're always a blessing. Check them out. She talked a lot about my pickle recipe. They really liked that, and she shared it with a lot of people, and that just tickles me to death. Mama, if she knowed how far her pickle recipe has traveled, she'd be so tickled about that. And I really appreciate Miss Tipper sharing about the pickle recipe, and I appreciate Matt and the girls for all they do. Like I said, if you don't know them, check them out at Celebrating Appalachia right here on YouTube's. And leave us a comment and tell us how many Shelley beans you like in your green beans. I'd be interested to know how you feel about it. On today's video, we're going to be harvesting maters. And you can follow me around in the garden, and I got a few little tidbits to share with you. I always like you to come along. Hope you enjoy it. This is them big old Cherokee purples, and they kind of get ripe on the bottom and they'll still be a little green on the top. at that big pink. Look at that. Well, them 2 baskets is full. I guess I underestimated again on just how much I'd need. I usually do though. This year, boy, I tell you, these gardens have been busting. I have to go get some more baskets. Now some of them split like that. I'll take them to the house and I'll use them first. I'll cut that split out and smell the good half, and see if it still smells good. If it does, we'll use it. Right here you can see these maters is so loaded down. It's a bending my little trellis over. It's just covered up in there. Bending my little trellis over. I guess I could put more stakes in, but right here you can see something's been snacking. See right there? Something's come up here and snacked on our maters. Maybe a groundhog, I don't know. Can't blame them, but I don't like it though, you know it? This is what it looks like before the varmint. That's what it looks like after the varmint. Now, right in this section, we got some big ones. I mean, there's some big ones right in here. Big ones. I see another up there been eat on too. I want you to look at that thing. It ain't hardly ripe on one side. And there's been something bit on it twice, but we'll see. Lay it up and see if we can get it to ripen up so we can use it. Hey, Bear. Hey, boy. What are you doing? Now, right there's Charlotte's favorites. Right there. I'm going to take them and see how good they ripen on that little stem. Bear, you been on vacation? Letting something sneak in here and eat our maters? You're the watchdog around here, son. You let me down. Well, there's what that basket looks like. That's a 1.5 bushels of maters. Now we got to go check on some pepper. There's a few of our cayennes starting to turn red. See there, some of them on the bottom starting to turn red. And then out here, the banana, man, they're just loaded. That's the one that blasted worm eat up. And right here's the hots. hot banana. And something I didn't mention that last time I showed these, and a friend of mine, one of them friends out in Jonathan's Valley, he asked me about it after he seen that video about the hot peppers. They want to grow straight up, see? And he asked me if I'd ever noticed that, and I said, yeah, I have. And I wanted to mention it to yuns. See, they growing up. They pointing up towards the sky. I guess they pointing towards the sun to tell you they're hot. But you notice all these hot ones is doing that. They might be one or two around that's got so big they flopped over, like that one right there. Right there. See, he's pointing down, but see, they're all pointing up. All these hot ones is. See there? They pointing towards the sun, tell you they're hot. And right here's a bale plant. There's some nice ones on here. I might go ahead and get one of these down here to eat for dinner today. There's one right there that needs to be picked. I'll eat them for dinner today. Another bale plant. They're not just covered up, but they are barren. And it's strange, one plant like this will be tiny and there'll be two big bushy ones on each side of it. I don't know why some of them's like that, but you can see these peppers on them. Here's another little one. Now out here is our sweet banana. Now see, they're all pointing down. Even the little ones, they're growing that way, pointing down. So that might be a telltale sign on your sweet banana and your hot banana peppers. It's pointing towards the sun, it's hot. Pointing towards the ground, it's sweet. But you got to remember what Uncle Dave always says. The sugar's in the sunshine, not in the rain. Don't let that confuse you though, because they're pointing towards the sun, they're hot. They're pointing towards the ground, well, they're sweet. I guess this deal is, it's all got so big it's flopped over. Yeah, it smells like dill. I guess it's about ready to harvest that and dry it. So we'll have it next year for our pickles, in case we don't have none come in by that time. Cabbages need to be cut and chopped up and sired for kraut. You get you a garden, there's just all kinds of work to be done. A lot of people says, Justro, you grow too much. Well, I ain't noticed it if I do, because me and them girls can put it away. And then I always did like to give some away too when I have some extra. I try to do that, not bragging on myself, just thankful for the blessings we got. Like Little Tree's grandma always said, you got something good, you're supposed to share it. But we can a lot, and I always say if you ain't got it, you can't eat it. So what I do up here on the porch, I've got a table here, stainless table. And I try to keep the ones that's getting bad spots on them out in front. And then I put the solid ones back here at the back. And that system works good because I can use these on the front first. And this table's got a little slope to it, so if they drip, it'll run down and yeah, drop down on the porch floor. But this is a country porch here, a mountain porch, and when we make a mess, we clean it up. Don't worry about stains too much, but you know that's subject to change. Right here is some of the real bad ones, some of the ones that got eat on it I showed you. I'll use them very first, cut them, see if they smell good, all that kind of thing. And then the extra ones I put down here, usually got some bad spots on them. These do, not so much here. They're just littler. They're the smallest ones. That's my scrap bucket over there. These little maters like this, it's too little to fool with, I'd say. I like to make sauce out of them. Well, you talk about maters, everybody starts hollering spaghetti sauce. We don't eat much spaghetti sauce. If we do have pasta sauce, it's just from these maters, when I cook them down, we cook them down till they get thick to make our sauce. And we've got just a plain thick mater sauce that we can use for anything we want to. And I try to put the big pretty ones over here on the end. You know, these about that big, it's going to cover up a biscuit real good. This over here is our eating corner. This is the corner we eat off of. And some of these things, I mean, they'll cover a big old cat head biscuit. They'll cover it right up. And that's how I lay them out here to let them finish ripening up if they need to and getting mailer and able to see and use up the ones that's going bad first.